Hi everyone, I'm back and welcome to this car sketching video. So I've been away from YouTube for about a month or so now. I did write about this, my reasons for this, in a community post. So if you're interested in that, you can go to my main channel page, and if you click on the tab that says posts, you'll find it there. I'm not going to be talking about it in this video because I'm excited to share with you my new love, which is car sketching. If, like me, you're one of these people who is very self-conscious when you draw on location, or you just don't like all of the variables of drawing outside, such as the weather, people, all sorts of different things, then car sketching might just be the answer. So I first did this the other month for Patreon. Well, I didn't do it for Patreon, but I filmed it for Patreon. And I thought I would film one especially for you as well. So here I am in the car, rummaging about in my bag to find my sketchbook. This is a Pith Lumia, I think this one is called. It's a really nice size, not too big, not too small. It's become one of my favourite sketchbooks, actually, especially for timed drawings like Zoom sessions, location drawing, all of that. This is my Mooreswood, is that what it's called? Yeah, Mooreswood Ramblers roll. And I didn't need it, obviously, because I was in the car. But it's a really useful thing to have if you are going to be sitting outside. Say if you're sitting on some damp ground or something like that. So I have it in my little sketching kit. Now this is, sorry, I'm losing my voice a bit already. Already we've got to the stage where I'm losing my voice. So this is my Sendak mini artist roll, and I have a proper little to-go sketching kit, kind of like a grab-and-go sketching kit where it just stays the same, and I don't change it around or anything like that. I have other videos on this. I'll try to remember to link them below. But I have a mix of coloured pencils and a little palette which is gouache and watercolour. I think there's a mix of both in there, and also some ink pens and stuff like that. It's a very minimal, simple little kit, but it's really good for taking out with me when I want to go out and sketch. So this was the gorgeous view I had from the car, and I'm just overlooking some trees. I was watching this funny little bird, this little magpie who's hopping around. It was just really relaxing there. It's a place where quite a few people go to. Oh, that's me. Hello. Oh, and me again. Yeah, quite a few people go here to walk their dogs and so on. So I was just watching people coming and going. But I thought I would just attempt to paint these trees because they looked absolutely gorgeous. Some of them looked very structural. You can still see the branches, and some of them were like in full leaf. They're really coming out because this is April, so everything's looking very fresh and lovely. So yeah, I was there in my little Fiat 500, my little mint car called Bella. And I just had the sketchbook on my lap. Now I'm thinking one of the things that would be good if you like a harder surface to work on is to take like a drawing board or something like that. But you can kind of work, if you have a hardback sketchbook, you can kind of just work with it on your lap. One thing I really found myself struggling with this time was the Derwent water brushes I was using. So when I'm working on location, I tend to take out water brushes rather than taking water separately and using a normal brush. And I found on the pages of the Pith sketchbook that I have to kind of like scrub a little bit with the water brush, and the Pith paper does not like too much water or too much scrubbing, and you get all of these little bits that kind of come up off the page. It kind of pills a little bit, if that's what it's called. So I struggled with that. I kept persevering because I really wanted this to work out. Spoiler alert, this page didn't actually work out, but I still kind of like it in the end. And I'm going to show you that towards the end of the video. But yeah, I tried to add some pencil to it And obviously I was waiting quite a while in between for it to dry as well, which you won't see in this video. So while I was waiting for it to dry before I could work on top of it, I was just sitting back and watching people going by. And can I just say that if you go car sketching, I would suggest that you make yourself really comfortable. Take drinks and maybe take some snacks and just enjoy being in the comfort of your car. It's like a little cocoon. This is what I love about it. I feel like when I'm drawing outside on location, I'm very exposed, and as I said, I'm really uncomfortable when people come up and they want to look at what you're doing, or even just the thought of people passing by and wanting to come and see. It makes me feel very awkward and like I can't concentrate on what I'm working on. But one of the great things about car sketching is that you can just park up in front of a gorgeous view, so you have that experience of being on location and drawing from life. But as I said, you're in your own little cocoon. Okay, so these are the Derwent water brushes I've been using, and I kind of have mixed feelings about them. I think they're really useful to use on location, but they're very hard to control. I find that I either have too much water coming out or too little. But it does work well on a smaller scale. So you can see here, this little sketchbook is one that I often take with me on location. And this particular sketch was actually the one I filmed for the Patreon video. So I sat outside a local church, and I feel like the water brushes work quite well for that one, actually. But yeah, working larger is difficult with them. I'm thinking of switching to these in the future. So these were suggested by a Patreon member, and they're little clip-on water pots. So I could use a normal brush. I mean, I wouldn't have much water, but it might be enough to do some just small sketches on location. So I'll give that a go and I'll report back. But here we are. Here's the finished sketch. It's actually unfinished, which is what I've written on the page here. I've decided that with my sketchbook pages, I really like to add lettering. And particularly, like in the case of this one where it went wrong, it would have just been seen as kind of like a bit of a disappointment, a failed page. Well, it would have been to me anyway in the past. But if I add lettering and kind of make it more like a journal page, I just really like that. I don't know, there's something about it, the combination of the image and the lettering. Yeah, it just seems to work. So if you have a failed page, just maybe consider doing that. Write down a few of your thoughts and all of that. Here I just wanted to share a few other sketchbook spreads that I have done in this sketchbook since. I've only recently started this one, so I think we have about 4 in here in total. And oh yes, this one is one that I filmed for Patreon a few days ago. I wanted to see if I could copy the style of Alfred Wallace. Now, I love the work of Alfred Wallace. He's like this naive, folk arty kind of painter. He came from Cornwall and he was a mariner, so he liked to paint ships. This is something I don't normally paint, but there we go. I tried to do it in his style. And that was a really fun video to film. That was just a time-lapse video. And this little page is actually a really recent one that I did. It was Quick Scissors Patreon, her Zoom session, her drawing session the other night. And this cat is so funny. He was so grumpy. But there we go. That is what I wanted to share with you today. It's been a very casual video, and this has been a very casual voiceover. So I hope it's all okay. I hope you enjoyed it and got something from this. And I hope that those of you who would love to draw on location, but perhaps are a bit too scared to, for whatever reason, will give car sketching a go. Okay, everyone, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.